afternoon from Northern Ontario. My name's Dave. This is Envirotex, my N-Skill Railroad. Continuing journey on experiments in trying to save money and showing you how to do some techniques the way I do them. Some of these techniques, the way I do them, is for the first time. So it's pretty rough. First, I want to talk about last week. Well, last week I started on this, let me just here, push that, and we sit on this little stream here. With this little stream had leaks in it, believe it or not. And so I had resin all over the place here, or this realistic water by one of the Scenics. And that was because I was following what I'd seen online on other channels, where the guys use a piece of a plexi and they glue it here, and it seems to work perfectly for them. Well, for me it didn't work. It didn't work perfectly here, and it didn't work perfectly on the layout, because even on the layout I had to do it a couple of times. I've got as much resin on the floor over there as I do on the layout, I think. So my first big thing to all of you is find a way to seal this properly. I don't care what you do, but make sure that there is not a pinprick anywhere, because this stuff will find it and it will run right through. So what I did find that works for me is good old packing tape. This is the stuff that sticks, and once it sticks it really doesn't want to come off. And so on my second pour here, I just put a piece of packing tape here, and lo and behold, worked perfectly. Now the back end here is wood. It's a piece of fascia, so there was no way to leak, and I had very consciously worked on that to make sure there was no cracks or holes or anything there. But when I did it over here with the plexiglass, it just did not work. So today we're going to use, where did I put that box? Oh, there it is. We're going to use Envirotex, and we're going to pour it onto another section of the layout. I'm just getting it set up here so you can see it. And that's an interesting view, but that's not the one I want. I want this one. There we go, that's it. So what I did is, I remember last week I showed you how to use ceiling tile to make rock forms. So this is all ceiling tile. It's grout. It's some decorative gravel stuff from the dollar store. You may notice it looks a little shiny here. This is UV resin, which I've poured to make the little waterfall that's going to happen here. I've also got a piece, there we are, here, which I'm thinking of putting there. But right now it doesn't look very good to me, so I'm going to leave it out for now. I can always add it in afterwards. So Envirotex is, I'm just checking the back here. You know what I'm going to do? That came off way too easy. So I am going to put a fresh piece of tape in here, and I'm not going to be able, oh, maybe I will be able to. No, I'm not. I've got gloves on because the Envirotexes both have a big danger, poison, corrosive, don't get it on your hands picture. So excuse me, jeez. So we're going to put a new piece of tape here. And we'll see what happens. Now, like with all of the stuff I do, this definitely is an experiment. Now, I have seen people, and maybe I'm going to do that here. I have some liquid, or not liquid, I have some latex caulk. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a bead around the bottom of that piece of tape. But I'm going to reinforce that piece of tape first with another piece. I didn't have to before, so you know what, we're going to take a chance. Whoa, I don't know what, I must have got something in my eye or something here now. Anyway, let's go back and, so I'm going to put the gloves back on. Now the UV resin, I bought it in a bottle, it comes clear, and I'm just gonna, because it works so quickly, I'm gonna give you a quick demo of how that works. Now you need two things for UV resin. You need the actual resin, and you need a UV light source. So, I'm just gonna, where are we here? Back to me, yep, okay. So I bought, let's just go back there and see if you can see that there. There we go, there's the big beast. This is a UV light. And then I bought, off of Amazon, crystal clear curable hardening resin. And it comes in a black bottle like this. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go back here. Let's see. We want to go back to 5. There we go. So this works very, very quickly. You just take some, you squeeze it out, and then you take your UV light source, put it over top. And if you count to about 20, by the time you got to 20, the thing is as hard as a rock. There we go. And I'm not going to touch it with my hands. I learned not to do that yesterday. Got a little pokey stick here. And that's hard. One of the nice things about this is isn't a very expensive product to get. I think I paid maybe $10 or $15 for the bottle, and I think I paid even less for the flashlight thing. So that's hardened. Perfect. Alrighty. So we are going to get started with the Envirotex. So the first thing to do is to make sure, and they have it in really dark, heavy print here. Do not vary the 1-to-1 ratio. So what I did is I took, I have some dollar store clear glasses, plastic glasses, and I am going to, I marked the side of them. Okay, that came off pretty easy. So I'm going to just tip this and pour this in here until we reach that line. Now I'm probably making a ton more than I need to. In fact, I'm starting to think I am right now. You know what, I'm going to stop there. And so now we're flying by the seat of our pants because there's the line that I put on the glass is well below, well above where I just poured this stuff to. Push down and turn. You would think, after all my years of doing stuff like this, I'd be able to open a bottle. There we go. So now, I'm going to pour and there we go. That's eyeballed. Now we reach down here to my supply of the bag's got the bag open. Dollar store tongue depressors. And why don't take this? Okay, here we go. Now I'm not going to color this, because I want to see what this looks like as a clear resin. Now, see how long to stir for? Oh crap, okay. There's 2 full minutes. Transfer into a second container and mix for another minute. Wow, look at the bubbles. Holy Moses. I don't have a timer down here. I guess I could use my phone, but I'm going to just now, if this doesn't work, I will have wasted all my time doing the making the diorama look like a diorama. Now, the other thing I found out about the realistic water from Woodland Scenics, they say 1/8 of an inch. They really do mean 1/8 of an inch. I did a much deeper pour on the layout itself, and they say, well, 24 hours, and it will be set. Well, not if you go more than 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so I think we've been doing this for about 2 minutes now. Bubbles are starting to go away. So we're going to follow their instructions and transfer it into another cup. And we're going to drop that in there like that. And we're going to stir again for a little while. I think I'm going to get myself a little kitchen timer for down here. Battery operated. I've got one upstairs in the kitchen where the other thing you might not know about me is I'm a good chef. I do all the cooking in this house. So I've got a lots of fancy kitchen equipment upstairs. Helps me make supper. Today's supper is beef stroganoff that I'm going to make. Okie dokie. Moment of truth, people. So, boy, that's white, creamy, and bubbly. Which may be a sign I did it wrong. Oh, David, careful what you're putting in it. Okay. You know what? I'm going to try the little. Used to poke around. Okay, so we're just gonna. This is why I do things in little experimental munches, because if I've made a mistake here, I've only made it here and I don't have to rip apart the whole darn layout, which is something I would really not want to do. Now, I'm just wondering if I've done this completely wrong. Well. Okay, let's just see what happens. So, this is where we're at. And you see how creamy and white that is? It doesn't look right to me. Although it's starting to clear up a bit. So I'm going to see if careful. Seems to be working. It's after 15 minutes. I just want to think it out loud. What if this is toxic when you put a torch to it? Okay, that's better. That's better. I may not want to do that ever again, but we'll see. I'm going to have to read up a little bit more on these. Okay, I wonder, does 7 show you anything better? No, it doesn't. Okay, so as you can see, we have resin. We have a bit of burned static grass in a couple of places. And so they say 15 minutes, and then the bubbles are great. So we're not going to watch it. We're not going to watch it for 15 minutes. Obviously, we're going to call it quits right now. The tape does seem to be holding at the back, although I almost melted right through it with the torch, which is not a bright idea. And I don't think, looking at it right now, I don't think that I am going to put that piece of this piece of resin in there. What I did yesterday was I used the resin itself and made this little pour going down. So I can just keep adding to that until I've got it the way I think it looks most realistic. But once we're finished all this and it's set up, we're going to use another Woodland Scenics product, water waves, and create some waves on the top of this. I'm just looking for resin sticking out anywhere where it shouldn't be. But it looks like so far we're okay. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere where it shouldn't be. So for today, that's it. I figured we didn't need to do a long one. The next time we're here, we're going to do the large section where the mirror is. We're going to use Envirotex again, but we're going to, I have a dye for the Envirotex called Murky Water from, guess who, Woodland Scenics. And so we'll give that a shot. So for now, that's it for the day. I'll just leave you with a shot of on camera 6 of the this is the area on the layout that I did with the realistic water. It's right along the edge of the layout, and the fascia has been cut down, so it's not a straight line of fascia and water behind it. The fascia follows the bottom of the river, and like I say, that took it took 3 pours because I did do it in 1/8 inch increments, so it took 3-4 days at least to do that. And again, as I've often said, this basement is not the warmest basement in the world. It's probably about 58, 59 degrees in here, and probably some of these things need a little bit more warmth to set up. So anyway, thank you for watching. We are over 100 subscribers, which I really appreciate. Take care of yourself, take care of your friends and your loved ones, and I will see you next week. I'll see you next week with another water pour, and that'll be part 3, and that'll be all of the water done. In the meanwhile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to work on finishing off the quarry itself. As you see, we're getting real close. I don't know if I'm going to bother to do a video painting all the vehicles. I mean, I don't think that you want to sit and watch me paint 15 or 20 different vehicles. I will show you the 3D printed ore cars that I have, and you'll get a chance to see those before they're painted and after they're painted. So once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Subscribing costs nothing, and any comments are gratefully received. I've got a couple, not many, but that's okay. I'm not doing this because I want praise and glory from you guys. So thanks very much, and we'll see you next week.